Please, Mama. Mama and spirit and plants, may I speak clearly. May there be no interruptions. Whew. May I communicate about the Moon Lodge. This is the third time I'm shooting this video. Woo! And I nearly spilt red all over my carpet. I'm drinking hibiscus and red clover to nourish my womb and my hormones. I am bleeding out of my vagina. I am honoring my sacred blood. I am feeding my plant babies, which, as you can see, are so lush, with my blood, returning the blood to the soil. I am retreating from my duties because I am in my winter month. And wow, boy, woman, oh woman, does that take some real effort to go into the winter months. And really, that's why I hold Moon Lodge. This video is a introduction to what I'm going to be doing in my Moon Lodge Facilitator course, and also an invitation to join a Moon Lodge and why this sacred practice I am completely devoted to and have been for years. So I'm wearing a protective belt around my waist, hand stitched by indigenous women in Ecuador. When I started on my journey of reclaiming my femininity, my women's spiritual practices, my witchcraft, my spiritual nature, I was immediately very drawn to the red tent, another word for Moon Lodge, menstrual huts, places where women would gather, women with wombs only, to speak to women's healing and women's needs. So prior to patriarchy and modernization and our capitalist go, in the villages, in almost every indigenous culture that I've researched, there was a place of women gathering. There was a safe and private place for women to retreat to during their moon time. Elder crones were also there. Younger women just coming into their womanhood were also present. It was our safe place. It was our place to speak about the needs of the community or the village. It was a place to take rest and rejuvenate our bodies, because our bodies are the manifestation of the earth. We sustain life through our breast milk. We birth the babies. We feed the community. We are the representation of the abundance of the earth. So when a woman is exhausted, when a woman is sick, she is not able to mother, she is not able to care. The land is sick, the land is undernourished. And this is really why I'm so adamant about doing this work and passing the baton on for other women to start holding circle. Even against the business advice of others who say that I'm too young or I'm splitting my audience, because for me this is beyond money, which is also why I always say, if you're feeling the need to come to Moon Lodge. It's a $10 exchange of energy, but more than anything, it is a commitment to yourself, to your womanhood, to your dreams, to your service on this planet. So yes, Moon Lodge, when we as women do not care for our bodies and give ourselves the sacred time of rest, which honestly our culture does not provide. I know that I'm very grateful to myself for creating a business whereby I can choose how to run my company and be present when I want to be present and retreat in my moon time when I want to retreat. And that's the beauty of women-owned businesses and women reclaiming their bitch and their boss and their power. Because if we can create a culture where when women live by the cycles of their moon, we will have healthy, happy, and whole women again. The reason that we are seeing so much premenstrual symptoms, pain in the cervix, endometriosis, cervical cancer, cysts on the womb, like there is so much energetic dis-ease, stress, pain, herpes, all these things in our center of power, because we are not listening to these ancient ways of connecting, of honoring, of returning our blood to the soil. When I was in Ecuador, in the Amazon, I remember a woman sitting me down and explaining the sacred indigenous women's practice of praying to the mother and praying and returning their blood. And it was like an act of service to try balance the energies of the earth, because in the West women have been cut from the mother. We throw our blood in the toilet. We feel gross about seeing our blood, which is literally a manifestation of our separation from the earth. And so I always say to women, what are you putting inside of your vagina? Are you letting yourself take time to bleed into the earth? Are you feeding the plants that feed you? We have a choice here. We have a responsibility to reconnect ourselves to the mother so that we and the mother stop being abused and hurt and malnourished and starving. And so a lot of this is maybe quite out there or confusing, but you will start to feel it intuitively when you show up for yourself in this way, and when you show up for the land in this way. And Moon Lodge was that place. The new moon is the dark night. It's mysterious. We fear witches and we fear magic because we don't understand it. And yet it is where so much of our power lies. In Lodge, we would be able to speak to our dreams. We do. We start to unpack our visions. We trust that intuitive sense that something is not quite right with our partners or with our family or with our culture. And so it's during my facilitation of Moon Lodge over the years that I've really tapped into my ability to channel what needs to be channeled, to live my life connected to the divine, connected to the planets. Literally, as Aries entered, I made my hair red. I felt this flaming fire of death, so that now in Taurus I can rebirth and plant seeds. To live in the cyclical nature allows me to have the support of the universe, so that I'm not fighting nature. I'm not fighting my own spiritual nature, my own journey of life and death and rebirth. And these are all the beautiful things you learn. And it requires your commitment. I shot this video 3 times and I kept getting people interrupting me or the phone dying, and it reminded me of my teacher Susan Weed, who first introduced me to Lodge, about the 90% woman, the woman who's angry and who starts a project, gets to the final point and then sabotages and just doesn't quite complete it. And I know many women can relate to that because I've been one of those women. And I was like, no, I'm going to shoot this video. I'm going to get this out there, because we're angry. Yes, we have our rights and our ceremonies stripped of us, and yet we can change that. And that's why it's about showing up each month. We can always have excuses of time. It's the same with my infusions. I see women and men coming, getting the herbs, taking care of themselves for a week, and then it's like, I don't really want to infuse. It's too difficult. I'm going to go buy a juice. And the point is, it's that lack of discipline and ceremony and simple ritual that stops the cycle. Showing up each month, even when I am completely exhausted, I show up honestly. I show up with integrity. I'm not here to put on a show and dance for you. I'm here to honor my body, honor the land, honor the moon, honor my dreams. Moon Lodge is a place of seeding and speaking words or spells, speaking into the circle what it is I want to manifest, what life I want to live, what service I want to offer, and to ask Great Spirit to guide me, to please show me the way. In doing so, I live a life that I choose. I'm not just on this rat race of, looking back in a few years' time and wondering what I've even been doing. I used to be there. I used to live a very disconnected, unconscious life, which is why I'm so devoted to this practice. And my offering and my excitement is that I want to extend this to other women. I would love to see moon lodges and women's circles held all over the city, all over the world, and it is happening. And it's such an honor to be stepping into this facilitation part, because I know that I have a different way of guiding, and I've got a lot of fire. I can be a real bitch. And my teacher was like that, because I'm not here to save anyone, and I'm not here to pander to the victimhood. I'm here to awaken self-responsibility so that we as women can really reclaim our sovereignty and stop blaming patriarchy and this external system, and recreate systems for ourselves, recreate businesses for ourselves that honor our cycles, that honor other women, buy clothing that is respectful of the planet and people. I just posted about that now. Birth babies into the world, not from this place of fear and other people taking control over that beautiful sacred act of God. The lodge was this place. It's like, where can women learn how to reconnect to their bodies, how to reconnect to their wombs? It's just so exciting. I'm so excited about this. Oop. And I'm getting a dead leg, pins and needles. But yes, I'm going to offer a 3-month facilitation course. I'm still in the journey of research and asking for guidance on the how. It'll be a very intimate space. It'll be around offering you the opportunity to learn what it means to compassionately listen to others, to hold space and not try to save or fix, because we're not here to fix each other. We are already whole. We are already holy. We have to embrace our shadow, our darkness, our issues in order to be that presence for others. So it's a really deep dive into your own inner worlds, your own inner needs and desires, and to really commit to wanting to see a world where women are respected, where women are not being abused or abusing themselves. Nourishing your body, feeding your body, giving your body the rest that it needs. If I don't give myself rest during this winter period of bleeding, I'll pay for it in the summer, I'll pay for it in the springtime, in the next following weeks, because I'll be exhausted. So where am I overstimulating myself? Where am I pushing too hard? And how can I forgive and have compassion and come to Lodge and share with my sisters? Lodge is the place of reweaving the sacred sisterhood, of learning to see my sisters as the embodiment of the earth and myself, to let that jealousy and comparison and competitive nature dissolve back into the earth and see her as inspiration, as a pathway to where I want to be. So it's truly incredible. We deserve to have places to honor our beautiful bodies, our beautiful blood, our beautiful rites of passage from the maiden into the mother, into the grandmother or the crone, to feel complete reverence for the gift of life that we have been given and the gift of life that we can pass forward, and really, really connect with this beautiful planet that feeds us unconditionally. And how do we care for the planet? By caring for our bodies, which is the planet inside. So yeah, I hope to meet with some of you, and I love you and I bless you, women.